So evidently, Rachel Maddow of MSNBC has a real problem. She's got a major sort of decision to make. And no, it's not the one you're thinking of. She's not deciding whether to grow a mustache or a beard. No, it's something actually quite different from that. Listen.
It is an amazing thing. I mean, I will just tell you at a personal level, I'm sorry for speaking of all that in such personal terms with Dr. Walensky, but when I was talking to people today about this new guidance and what to ask her, everybody had very personal feelings about it, and I realized I did too in all these questions. Part of it is that I feel like I'm going to have to rewire myself so that when I see somebody out in the world who's not wearing a mask, I don't instantly think you are a threat or you are selfish or you are a COVID denier and you definitely haven't been vaccinated. I mean, we're going to have to rewire the way that we look at each other because the CDC's guidance, which she just told me, we are sure, is that if you're vaccinated, you don't need to wear a mask except in very specific circumstances. And so that means as we change that as a country, we are going to look at each other differently and have to unwire our preconceptions about what a mask or a lack of a mask means. President Biden spoke to that a little bit today, asking for people to, President Biden actually and Dr. Fauci both spoke to that today, asking for people to essentially be patient, be compassionate, give people respect for whatever they decide on this front, because with this changing guidance, we're going to now have changing norms, and we got to give each other space to have feelings about that as we go through what's going to be a big change that's going to create a lot of visceral reaction in a lot of us just in our day-to-day lives. It's a big day, big change.
Now let's try to translate this demented psychology. Basically, what Rachel Maddow is saying is that in the good old days, when everybody was forced to wear a mask, you had these progressive conformists who liked being told what to do. They liked wearing this kind of American hijab, this kind of indigenous burqa, if you will. But they did it not in the name of God or Allah. They did it in the name of health. Health is their new deity. And they saw people who don't wear masks as sort of heretics, infidels, Republicans. And I think what's interesting is that how she confesses to the fact that this kind of instinctive hatred would come out. And we saw case after case of it, people being accosted in the grocery stores and screamed at. I mean, it's really funny. You have some ordinary person being literally shrieked at by some obese 300-pounder saying, "Watch your health, put on your mask." Or you have people who are calling the cops on people who don't have a mask. I mean, this tyrannical desire to subject, not just yourself, not just willing subjection, subject other people, tyrannize over them, hate them. In a sense, Rachel Maddow is confessing that hate is a defining feature of modern progressivism. And her question now, and she seems a little bewildered, is, I really don't know who to hate anymore. My targets aren't so clear. With the CDC saying you don't have to wear a mask if you've been vaccinated, not only outdoors, you don't have to wear a mask indoors either. Rachel Maddow saying the absence of a mask no longer signals infidel, no longer signals renegade, no longer signals child of Satan, no longer signals Republican. And here I am, poor Rachel Maddow, and I can't hate anymore. What? My hatred is going to find another channel, another target. So I think what you're getting here is a revealing admission that these are the true haters. They're the ones engaging not just in hate speech, but the hateful thoughts, the belligerent prejudices that go behind hate speech. They accuse us of being the guilty ones, but in fact, they are.